friction. So what would the world really look like without friction? Take Sebastian and Wilson. Sebastian just bought a new book, and Wilson has picked it up for him.
Say, Wilson, could you pass me that book?
Kinetic friction slows things down that slide across a surface. Here, it slowed the book sliding across the table. So what if there was no kinetic friction there?
Say, Wilson, could you pass me that book?
Without kinetic friction, that book isn't slowing down. Let's take a look at another. So he needs to rest it against a wall. The ladder isn't sliding, so there's no kinetic friction here. The reason why it's not moving at all is because of the other kind of friction called static friction. Static friction is what keeps an object from slipping, so the object will either not move or it'll turn in some way. In this case, static friction is keeping both the bottom end stuck to the floor and the top end stuck to the wall. So what if there was no static friction? Have you ever thought about how you walk? That needs friction too. When Sebastian stood up and then lifted a foot to walk, his body moved forward so that he could start to walk forward. The reason he didn't slip and tumble is because his other foot was gripping the ground thanks to static friction. So what if there was no static friction? Now let's see Sebastian trying to make he would slip and tumble and the scooter wouldn't go anywhere. And he needs friction to stop. Without kinetic friction, the scooter would never slow down before crashing. Sometimes friction is something to be reduced, because it wastes energy.